So welcome back, and yes, it has been a while. It's been a good sort of 4 or 5 months, and reason being our wet season. Sadly, it just hasn't happened this year, so all the watercourses and rock holes and all that sort of stuff that are normally brimming this time of year are bone dry. So that's been super disappointing, and it has meant that I've had to stay home a lot more than I normally would, and that's been a bit hard for me actually. I've been doing stuff. Sandy's had a lot done to her over that period and stuff like that, but it's still not the same as being out bush and doing what I really love doing. So look, we've headed off for a 11-day break. It is Easter, so chucked in the public holidays there just to get a bit more time on the road, and we've headed out to, we're heading out to an area called Skullsprings and Running Waters and Carrowin Gorge. For those of you who know it's an amazing spot. For those of you who may not have been here, fully recommend to get out and have a look around through this country. It's not the easiest to get to, but it is well worth the effort. Sort of desert fringing country and plenty of water. There's always water here all year round, which makes it pretty amazing. So look, we headed off last night about 5 o'clock, as sort of deciding whether I was going to go this morning, but or last night, and been as excited as a newborn maggot on a pork chop at the prospect of heading bush again. Headed off last night, and wouldn't you know it just pelted down the whole way, and we've got more rain coming later on tonight. So it's one of those things, isn't it? It's a bit of Murphy's Law on that. But we made it through to just shy of Nullagine and pulled up here and set up a quick camp last night, and now we're just waiting for the fuel station to open. I'll top up all the fuel tanks and stuff like that, just so I've got enough fuel so that we can poke around for the next 10 or so days and have a really good look through this country. So that's the plan. We'll set up a base camp and we'll just use that, and we'll just head out every day, do a little bit of detecting and a few other things like that, because this country is known for its gold. So we'll see how we go with gold prices. It'd be nice to find some might pay for the fuel, but one of those things, isn't it? You've got to be at the right spot to find the gold. So once I've fueled up, I'll chuck up the drone and everything like that over the next sort of 120, 130 Ks and do a bit of filming, because it is some amazing country. It's really nice, and hopefully I'm able to capture that through the drone. I'll chuck some tunes over top of that, and hopefully everything works out. So no real plans on this trip, but I just wanted to show you the country and hopefully get a few people to get out this way, because it's well worth it. Like I said, not the easiest to get into, but yeah, definitely well worth the effort. So sit back, relax, and see how this adventure unfolds. I haven't even pulled out of camp really, and alternator and power steering are gone, so there is a loose belt here, so I've got a spare belt. That belt's reasonably new, so I don't know, maybe it had a bit of dirt under it or something like that and skipped a pulley or something. We'll see. Hopefully it's not terminal. That'd be really disappointing, but we'll see how we go. So we managed to get that out. That was a bit more of a mission than I thought. As you can see, she's lost the plate and the bolt that helps compress the spring and everything in there. Everything else is there. I'm hoping it sort of goes roughly like that, and that in there, and then that can rotate backwards and forwards just to tension the belt. I'm hoping I can get that bolt out, and of course it has to be a funny shaped bolt, but if I can get that out, get a couple of washers and sit over top of here, and then I can lock everything down. It won't be real good, but it'll get me home, and that might be my best option, I think. Other than that, if that's not going to work, I'm kind of lucky. I broke down in Nullagine, and there's a post office down there, so it might take 10 days to get a part or something like that, I suppose, but that's what I might have to do. So not ideal. Dog's given up on me. But like I said, it's a 23-year-old vehicle, first time it's ever let me down, and to break down in town with the post office isn't the worst thing in the world. So we'll see how we go. Devil dog's out there doing his thing. So, but yeah, really looking forward to this holiday. So I'm gutted, absolutely gutted, but yeah, we'll see how we go with this fix. Alright, so it's ordered the part, got it coming into Nullagine post office through Full Drive Industries. They normally take about a week, might be a bit longer up here, so even if it's 2 weeks, we've got enough food and stuff like that. Not sure what's going on. Car wouldn't start. Luckily I parked it on a hill just in case. I think I'm running 3 fridges through a kick-ass hub, and I think The ones that I'm running through the cigarette lighter are actually drawing off the main batteries and not off the solar batteries, so bit of an issue. Obviously I was lucky I stopped on a hill. So we're all set up here. Still got a few things to do, like there is a solar panel underneath there. Look, we're set up on some slightly higher ground, rather than camping right next to the river, because we are expecting more rain. So from here, obviously sort the solar panel out, put an Anderson plug on that fridge so it's not running through the SIG socket, and solar blanket out on the batteries, and see how we go about recharging the batteries. But I figure over the next couple of days we'll recharge them enough and get that idler pulley and the alternator back working again and everything else. But you know, you've got to love the old vehicles, don't you? You know, like I've just driven 15 minutes out of town here, because they're quite strict on no camping in around town, and I say no brakes, no power steering, no aircon for the boys, any of that sort of stuff. So I'm just coming down here to have a look. I only spied this puddle from the track as I was coming in. I didn't want to pop down and explore it. So it's not the cleanest of water, and it's not the spot I was hoping to spend my 10 days, but it's water nonetheless. So yeah, I mean, we had a fair bit of rain last night, so this might clean up a bit. So, like I said, I didn't bring any water for showering or bathing, so this is going to have to do, unfortunately. But yeah, this is us. So 10 days or so hanging out here, I suppose, and see how we go. Keep you posted. I reckon, boys? Well, loving it anyway. You know what, I've got a beer here, I might jump in there as well, bugger it. It is hot, it's been one of those days. Let's see how we go. Bed having a snooze, and thought, oh shit, this part that I've ordered, I hope it's, how would you say, like, I hope that I can get it onto the bracket and stuff like that, and the bracket's not all in one. So luckily I've found the right socket, which was a hard one. It had to be a skinny long one for this bolt, and means I can take the pulley assembly off the supporting bracket. And I just had the horrible thought, I thought, shit, what if it's all one? And I've you know, you've got to order a one with a bracket and stuff like that, but it's not. So the bracket comes separately. But what I have done, is, so I've got the bolt out, which the bolt goes in there, and it holds this assembly together. So the bit I'm missing is this a plate that goes around here. But what I've found is I've got a washer that will work and encapsulate that, and that's a pretty thick washer, and that's not going to foul the belt. So now all I need to do is find a bolt that's about half an inch longer than this, same thread, and we're in business, which would be amazing. So I'll go find my bolt stash. What I found is the bolt is long enough, and if I show you the setup without the spring in it, so that it's not pulling apart, so you can see the spring's got a couple of lugs, one each side, top and bottom, where it recesses in through here. Now this is designed to move backwards and forwards, and what's happening is, here we go, put it on its track so you can see it's got a track and it's moving backwards and forwards. So when I put the washer over top of it, it's not bedding it down enough, it's still sitting down about that much, which means it's really not doing anything. And the reason being is you can see that there was pressed over top, so I'm only out by about that much, or maybe a little bit more, but because that's surplus to requirement now, I reckon if I cut that off, I can press the washer and the bolt and over top like that, and if I remove that much, it gives me the bolt a lot more to bite into, and hopefully that'll compress it enough so that we've actually got some tension. I've shaved that down. I'm just going to cool it down, put a bit of water on it, cool it down, and see how we go. If I need to, I can go through both layers there and continue to whittle it down a wee bit more. Not exactly straight, but yeah, I might tidy it up, make sure it's completely straight all the way around, and see how we go. We'll go from there. So I've taken a bee stick, more off that facing, and it's looking pretty good. Could probably still do with it a little bit more, but I mean, it's got plenty of bite in there anyway. So I don't know, do I worry about it or not? I probably should, Kyle. My brain is telling me do things properly, Kyle. I mean, it's not going to skip past that at all. That's not going to be an issue. Yeah, like I might undo it and take a little bit more off. But believe it or not, there's a bit of a glare on the camera there, and it's video, so it's not real good. That's the moon. So I've just been sitting here watching it come up between the trees there, and it's been absolutely stunning, almost more like a sunrise. Yeah, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So after a day that didn't really go to plan, rewarded with that, so I'll take it and I'll call that a win, and that is absolutely beautiful. So it's about to disappear into the clouds, unfortunately, but yeah, glad I was here and glad I saw it. A little bit windy, but the wind's been nice because I've been swinging on spanners and stuff like that, so kept some mozzies away too. Look, 9:30, I've been going since 6 o'clock trying to get this pulley tensioner back on that I rebuilt. I couldn't get the viscous fan off I've spent probably 2 hours trying to get it off, cautious not to break anything. And if anyone's ever tried to change serpentine belts and stuff like that without getting the viscous fan off, they'll know what I mean. Look, I take that fan off at least once a month. I only had it off about 3 weeks ago. I take it off because I always I've got a low pressure, high volume water nozzle that I made for blowing out the grass seed. So I go through the back and push it out through the front. And I don't know, like I said, I've done it, I don't know, that fan maybe 15-20 times, and I just couldn't get it off. It's just, you know, it's one of those things where I was just about to give up. So anyway, we've got everything back in as it should be, and pretty happy with the repair that I did for the idler pulley. I think that's going to hold up really well, so it's probably actually going to be stronger than the original, so that's a big claim, I know. But the other one was only stud pressed over, and this one's got a bolt and a heavy plate washer on it, so we'll see. This is the telling part, I suppose, isn't it? Get my hand out of the way. See if she's going to go. Fingers crossed. Bloody ripper. There we go. Might have taken me a whole day, but there's nothing wrong with that at all. So yeah, it's been 24 hours really, and been a lot of mucking around, but sorry, put my hand over the screen again. Decide what to do now. Like, I mean, do I push on to Skullsprings? And I know I've got that idler pulley coming into the post office there behind me, so if worst case scenario comes, I'll go see them, I think, and see if I break down along the way. Like, I might be stuck on the road again for another 10 days or something like that for that idler pulley to arrive, but I'm sure if I pay someone $500 they'll run it out the round trip, about 200k round trip. I'm sure someone will do that. I'll go see the post office first and see if that's an option. Look, I might pack up camp and go for a swim because I'm filthy, and what a relief, eh? What a relief. Yeah, just shows I carry 40 kgs worth of nuts and bolts and tools and spanners and stuff like that, and sometimes I think, Jesus, you know, but I'm glad I did. All the power tools and everything anything else like that. So look, we'll carry on and see see what the next chapter of this adventure is. Hopefully it's not me stuck on the side of the road again, but cheers. Yeah, look at that, 2 black swans looking around. And Ace is nowhere in sight, so I'm presuming he's fallen in or jumped in and can't get out. So you can see some ripples up there, so bloody good. Now I've got to walk all the way back and get him. Oh, there he is. Come on. What are you doing? You fall in. Come on. Good boy. Yep, looks like it. Soaking wet. But it is humid as. So we'll see how we go. I'm not sure if we're going to get any better to get in, so might just have to bust our own way in, I think, which is alright for me and Ace, but Tank with his gammy back legs might have a bit of trouble getting in and out. I don't know, he'll do. Alright, what do you reckon, Ace? You gonna jump in there? Tank will fall in, he won't be able to get out, but we'll see how we go. Righto, we're back on the road, and it's just after 12 o'clock, heading towards 1 o'clock. Called into the Nullagine store, clean, forgot it was Good Friday, so I wasn't able to pick up the extra fuel I was counting on, and I wasn't able to pick up a few other bits and pieces that I was sort of counting on picking up from there as well. So that's going to limit me a little bit, but the main thing is we'll still be able to get out to where we wanted to go. Look, I did say in the intro I was going to do some filming on the road here out, but this road is extremely rough, and it's still going to take me a couple of hours to do this 120, 140 k's that I need to do. So I'm going to just knuckle on down and get the k's done, and I'll do some filming along here on the way back. So that'll be the plan, but at this stage I just want to get out, set up the base camp, and knock off for the day, to be honest. Along this bit of the road, and noticed this jerry can on the side there. They're my tissues. I'll pick them up. I just had to wipe my feet because I spilled a bit of diesel on me when I picked it up. Hoping it was full. It's probably 3/4 full. Lucky it landed this way up, because when it landed, obviously it's cracked the bottom corner there, so lost maybe 5 litres out of 20 litres, so 15 litres all in all. I was only after probably about 30 litres when I was going to top up at Nullagine, so yeah, that'll see me right. We'll truck this in anyway, and yeah, we'll keep on trucking on. rough this road is. It should really be called a track, not a road, because what's the time? It's about 3-4 o'clock, and I've only done about 90k since about 12:30, so pretty rough. But this is tells you the true story of it. So someone's bust their shock. Still a good shock. I've got no use for it whatsoever. But look, I'll take it off the road, chuck it in me dirt bag, and we'll carry on. So we're probably about an hour away from camp and getting set up, so the end of the day is in sight. Wow, what a trip. Don't know where to start. So we left Nullagine about 12:30. It's about 5 o'clock now. It's taken us all that time to do 120 k's. The road was diabolical. More water out here than I've ever seen in my life, and I've been coming out here for years, and whoever said that Skullsprings Road was open might have been having a lend. Have a look at this. So this is just the first little bit of this crossing, I suppose. It goes around the corner and then into the main artery, and look, you wouldn't even get anywhere near that you'll lose a car on that. That is deep. So yeah, all this way for nothing. All the drama of it, you know, car breaking down, getting it going, and then like I'm bashing down the worst road. As you can see, I'm picking up suspension parts and stuff from other vehicles and stuff like that, praying that old Sandy holds together. Get out here and I'm going to have to turn around. At least I know where all the water's gone, and it's not in Tom Price's out here. So advantages are it's going to be an amazing year out here for the rest of the year. That's awesome. But I've been so looking forward to this trip. And yeah, I'm going to have to turn around and go back. I'll make a camp tonight, maybe make a quick camp oven pizza or something, and we'll reassess in the morning. But I can't stay out here. If we get any more substantial rain, I'll be stuck. I won't be able to get north or south, and that's just the reality of things. So yeah, game over. We'll see how we go on the way home, and go from there. I'll film a bit tomorrow. Like I said, I was in a bit of a rush today, and just really wanted to get on the road and get out here and get to my magical little spot, which is substantially underwater. So look, we'll set up camp, make a quick camp oven pizza or something pretty basic tonight. Hooking the Starlink, let everyone know I'm still alive, and we'll reassess in the morning and go from there. I'll see what happens, eh?
This is the place for you and me.
Day 3, and just had a good quick breakfast and thought we'd pop down here and have a look at this crossing just to see how much had fallen overnight. And look, it's probably fallen 3 or 4 inches. Not that I ever intended to cross it or anything like that. What I didn't tell you is that we did actually call into running waters last night, and even the tracking is underwater, so that could be a month or more before anyone can get in there. So that's off the cards. We'll probably head back to Skullsprings, see what the water's doing there, and if it's running dirty like this I probably won't stay. But on the way in there was probably another 20 crossings, various sizes and stuff like that, but a couple of them are actually running quite clean, and hopefully that's still the case and it hasn't dropped too much at that end overnight. So look, we'll find something to camp at for a couple of days at least, or just make our way back really slowly. I'm in no rush.
When I call up to say I'm in town, I get a notion that we both walk the same ground. Been traveling all over, searching far and away for a sign to lead me straight. We walk together down the streets of
Well, drama continues, and totally my fault this one, I'll have to own it. Look, packed up this morning, not my normal order, just a bit of a quick pack up, understanding I was probably only going to do this 40 k's down in Skullsprings and set up camp there. Folded up the solar blanket, chucked it in and headed off, and I left it plugged into my kick-ass control hub. Really love that product and highly recommend it. As I said, just poking along nice and slowly in 3rd gear, and all of a sudden a heap of smoke and that started erupting out the back, and I'm like, shit, the car's on fire. Pulled up. As soon as I pulled up I realised exactly what I'd done. By leaving the solar blanket plugged in, all the Anderson plug connectors are both input and output. Solar blanket folded up, there's no power coming in, the manager decided it needed power going out, and it just absolutely fried everything and nearly set the car on fire, like I said. So my fault, lesson learned, and yeah, everything else is still running, so that's fine, and I've got a fixed solar on the roof, so that'll be fine as well. But it could have been worse, could have been sitting on the side of the road watching everything go up in flames. So very lucky, but they say bad things happen in 3s, so let's hope the 3rd one's nothing more than a stubbed toe, because at this rate I might be stuck out here for a month. But look, we'll keep trucking on into Skullsprings and see whether it's going to be worthwhile setting up a camp there or not. We'll have a bit of a poke around while we're down there anyway, because it's still early in the day, and we'll see what else happens on this little adventure, eh? I just thought I'd come up and show you this in case you're wondering where the turn off to Skullsprings is. Can't really miss it. Yeah. There you go. Got a skull on a spring. And a few old leaf springs there just to go in with it all. Yeah, never mind. We'll pop down here. It's only a short little hike in here. It's normally pretty corrugated, but poke down there here, and like I said, there's a nice spot up on the bank under a tree if everything's sort of flowing too high still. It might be worth the setup, and yeah, we'll go from there. Alright, we're all set up. Sort of took me 4 or 5 goes as to decide where I was going to park up. I wanted a bit of shade and sun for the solar panel as well, so I think I've got the ideal spot. So got fixed solar glass panel on the top there, so that's going to get sun pretty much all day, right down through to the evening. I've got this fixed one on the toolbox here, but that's only to run fans and stuff like that at night, and it's got a 200 amp hour lithium battery in there anyway. So yeah, now that's all good. That'll get sun later on this afternoon, and I'll see if I can't fix up that solar blanket. Looks like I can, and here's the setup. So yeah, got everything we need. And good news is I did fill up my water tank. The cock valve was open when I pulled up yesterday, so I thought that I'd let all the water run out, but it must have had an airlock in it, and it stayed full. So yeah, so good little setup. I think it's an old NDC camper. Had it for a long time. Cost me $4 The only reason I brought it at the time, because it was only a semi off-road, was for this drifter kitchen and drawer setup, and I got other drawers inside. I said paid like $4 for it at the time. These drawers were going for about plus freight. So pretty happy with that. It's done the canning, it's done the gib, it's been everywhere in between. All I did was upgraded the leaf springs and put a set of shock absorbers on it, two-way valved, so that it is resistance up and resistance down, rather than just one-way valved, and that seems to have made it ride really, really well. Like I said, I've been absolutely everywhere in it. So look, that's us. It's stinking hot. The dogs are trying to get in the tent and run around making a mess. So look, we're going to grab a tilly, head down to the river there and have a swim for the afternoon, because it's dripping off me. It's stifling. But look, we've got a bit of shade under here, so water just down over there. So that'll be us for the next couple of days, I think. See what happens from here. But yeah, we'll do a bit of exploring, put the drone up, do a bit of prospecting and stuff like that. So see how we go. Yeah, just a shame the water wasn't a bit clearer, but it's a magical spot down in here. Spent a bit of time in here yesterday, so it's all this water around and surface water everywhere else. The humidity's through the roof, so 6 o'clock in the morning you're sort of sweating. But we spent most of yesterday afternoon down in here, a couple of beers, some tunes. Always went to sleep on the bank after playing tug of war for a couple of hours. Yeah, not a bad place to spend the day. Devil dog found himself a cowbone. What do you reckon about that, mate? Hey? It's going to take a bit of chewing to get through, isn't it? Give it a go though, eh? Just going for a wee bit of a drive, and it's about 3-4 o'clock. So just sort of give it a run and the DC to DC, a bit of a chance to top up the battery before it goes dark. And thought we'd just head up to that little first crossing we spotted just before Skullsprings, just have a bit of an explore. And see, now this here hasn't flowed as fast obviously, so just to see how clear the water is and what sort of depth the water is up around here. It's not far from camp, it's probably only 4 or 5 k's, so I'll be gutted if it's lovely deep clear water and we could have been camping here the whole time, mucking around in the dirty water down there. But we'll just poke up around here and have a look. Don't think it's going to be that clear, but that deep, sorry, it'll definitely be clearer, but we'll see what's up here anyway. Wow, definitely clear, isn't it? This is just the first bit. There's bits, as I pulled in here, I noticed on the south side of here too there's a bit of an elbow in this little river system here that looked like it had quite a bit of water in it. But yeah, it might have been better just to camp here, to be honest. Camping up there. This water's beautiful. Soon it's a bit clearer than where we've been bathing the last 2 days. We might just stop in here and have a proper swim and then go back to camp and cook up some dinner. See how we go. That feels heaps better, fresh and clean again after 2 days of sitting in coffee coloured water. So look, we're going to head back to camp and knock up a quick meal. I'll video that for you. It's a really, really quick one and a really nice one, something you might want to do at home as well as on the road. It's definitely worth the effort. It's also, this has helped sort of confirm what I was thinking about doing. I was looking at pulling out tomorrow morning and heading back further south, looking to camp at a couple of water holes and stuff that I noted on the way up here. I'm just a bit concerned that they might have stopped flowing and sort of just be ankle deep and stuff like that by the time I get back down that way. Pretty sure they won't be, so 2 days Skullsprings, that's enough. We'll see what else we can find on the way home and just do a gradual crawl home and a bit of an exploration that way. Soon it's too hot to go prospecting and to do much else, so if sitting by water holes is all you can do, we might as well try and find some good ones, right? So stay tuned. I'll knock up this meal tonight and then we'll pull out tomorrow and hit the road. Righto, so tonight we're going to cook up roadside ramen. So this is a really quick, easy version of ramen, but I tell you what, it's actually a lot better than what it sounds. So you can get these ramen noodles from any supermarket. There's 3 different flavours. There's spicier ones as well, but I just sort of try these ones. So we just, normal like your noodles, your 2-minute noodle type things, they come with their own packet flavours and stuff like that. So use those, cook it in some beef stock, and then finish off with some thickening cream. Also got some fresh chilies in there, a bit of red curry paste and a little bit of garlic. And then it's just a couple of boiled eggs, and this is just a bit of roast beef that I cooked up on the coals last night, which I've already sort of chewed the end of it off there to make sure it would fit in there, but it is absolutely beautiful. So all we're going to do is we're just going to chuck the noodles in there and get underway. So we'll get into it. Start off, put in a... I've just used beef stock for this one, but you can get chicken stock or whatever. You want to use. So I normally, about half of that's enough for at least 2 people, which is easily done. And these are your ramen noodles, so they're quite a bit thicker and got a lot creamier texture to them than your normal 2-minute noodles and stuff like that. So yeah, just a bit thicker and a bit nicer. It's taken no more than time to have a bit of a quick tidy up and have 2 mouthfuls of beer. So we'll plate her up and show you how she looks. And here we go, roadside ramen. So that is spicy, the meat is buttery soft, noodles are silky smooth, chilies, eggs, everything. So that took less than half a can by the official camping stopwatch. So yeah, try it at home, you'll love it. I love it. Yeah, good luck to you. Right, so against myself saying things happen in trees, because these roads are so rough, the over centre lock, the child lock, is like a little spring that holds them up, and because it's so rough, child lock in the rear barn door is engaged. Now these don't have a key on the rear door, it's all central locking, which means I can't access any of my tools or anything like that should I need them. So if anything else happens, or get a flat tyre, my air compressor, tools, everything are in those rear drawers. We found is that much bloody dirt, the door jamb and the door hinge is just half closed, and there's no way of me getting that open. It's closed tight, but one of 2 things is going to happen. All that dirt's going to rattle out of there and I might be able to open it, or I'm just going to end up with a cabin full of dust. Yeah, not the best, but yeah, I should have cleaned out. I thought I'd got a broom and swept all along the bottom there where the dogs are getting in and out and stuff like that, but I guess I've just got dirt further back in the hinges there, so lesson learned. So it's half open, half closed. Well, we've made an executive decision and decided we'd better just pull out and go home. Super annoyed at that. This trip was a long time in the planning. Not very often you can get 10-11 day break, do this sort of thing, so sorry, it's hot. Yeah, see what happens from here I suppose. Do a little bit of filming along the way, stop for a swim, I need to swim somewhere, and see where we go. So the other issue I've got is this side airbag. It's leaking, it's getting down pretty low, so I knew that it might be leaking before I put it in because the way it arrived, it was crimped quite badly, so I hadn't wired it into the in cab. Otherwise I could just obviously just tuck some more air in it. I'm actually just running it, just both of them through the old helper airbag there, so got nothing for me to get out the air compressor and whack in 100 psi. Hopefully someone in Nullaghine's got a portable air compressor and I can do that. But like I said, lesson learned I think. Important things from now on will be going up in that box there. Look, I've still got some tools out, got all my ring spanners and stuff like that. Yeah, got my ring spanners and everything like that, so bits and pieces, odds and ends, but yeah, I'll be back on the road and get into Nullagine and got a little review out of the gear bag, so wish me luck. So we're homeward bound, and that's super disappointing because I've been looking forward to this trip for a good month or more. You know, it takes a bit of planning, a bit of money and everything else like that, so hey, I'm driving. And get out of it. Stop it. Get out of it. So yeah, look, we'll call into Nullagine, let them give them $20-30 or something, and give them my postal address and see if they can ship through that idler that or my second battery. I've got a dual battery set up, may have lost a cell. I'm hoping that's what it is. I'm just going to get down here a bit further, bit of water down here, let the boys out, stretch their legs and all that sort of stuff, and did stop quickly, put the meter on both batteries. One's 12.6 and the second one is reading 12.4, so it might have dropped a cell, so I'm hoping that's all it is. And back on the road, I've just pulled over there and made sure all the terminals are nice and tight and everything like that. Disconnected battery, and yeah, no difference. Still wasn't making any more voltage, so looks like it might be the alternator. Just it's just never ending, isn't it? One of those things, I suppose. I can replace it, but I've got enough juice to get me home. That's the main thing, and we're just going to do a straight line all the way through to home, I think. Reassess from there how much else I can do. But laugh and have a beer when I get home. That's about it. Alright, ready to hit the road again. Just stopped here near this little creek here, so there's no bit of wash down after filling up the car, jerry cans. Always makes a bit of a mess doing that, doesn't it? And had a quick tub up as well. So look, I've got two fans that I normally use inside the tent at night to keep me and the dogs cool. So it's 38 degrees, it's going to be dusty. If I can get home, and the worst thing is my vehicle's absolutely filthy. I think I'll just have to call that a win, won't I, under the present circumstances. But you know, I could have been putting a solar blanket on thinking that was the issue as well, but it wasn't. So maybe a stretched belt, and there's no way I'm going to change another belt. I'll just keep pushing home, leave the aircon off, and go from there, see how we go.
What's a man got to do to get a woman like you? What's a man got to do to touch a woman like you? What's a man got to do to get a woman like you? If I had to beg, or if I have to plead, or if I have to fight, or if I have to bleed, or if I tell a lie, or if I speak the truth, or tell me, baby, what's a man got to do to get a woman like you? What's a man got to be to make his woman see? What's a man got to be to give a woman what she needs? What's a man got to be? Yeah, what's it got to be to bring a woman to her knees? If I had to beg, or if I had to plead, if I got to fail, or if I had to bleed, if I tell a lie, or if I speak the truth, tell me, baby, what's a man got to do to meet a woman like you? What's he got to do now?
Stop. We're about just under 400 k's from home, so just thought I'd check the belt, make sure that
is wearing all right and everything like that. It might be a bit tight, so I don't think the idler's moving backwards and forwards as much as it should do. But, and what makes me think that is there's a fair bit of shine on that pulley there, the main pulley, so that's not real good. But other than that, it's all good. So yeah, let the boys have a bit of a swim and a poke around, and we'll carry on.
So we made it home. I'm bucket. It was 38, 39 degrees the whole way. Wind burnt to hell. Sun burnt as well. Of course the sun had to be on the driver's side the whole trip, didn't it? So look, we made it home. Not sure if it's the alternator or what's going on, but I'm going to replace all the front assembly anyway, other than the flywheel, because I replaced that not long ago. So all the pulleys, I'll change the alternator and everything like that as well. Just one of those things, is preventative maintenance, isn't it? So first time it let me down, which is kind of sad, because me and Sandy have had a long history of going places no one else wants to go or could go. But yeah, also she got me home, so love the vehicle. I'll never sell Sandy. In case you haven't figured, Sandy's my Land Rover, Sandy the Landy.
Just to add insult to injury, this panel's brand new, put it on just for this trip. The other one had been there for about 5 years, same location. Yeah, all the glass is cracked, so might get 1 or 2 more trips out of it, but that's going to explode at some point. And I do have a set of rock tamers on, homemade jobbies, but they've always worked, and I've often run the camper without them. So and if we come around here, also off the rear tail light assembly. So plug still there, thank you sir for that. At least the loom's not gone, but yeah, but I mean, yeah, you see sort of rocks and stuff that are picking up on that track, so to be expected done somewhat, I suppose. And you can see all through here and that, rocks everywhere. So lucky, probably lucky I didn't do a rear window looking at that. Yeah, might have to up my game on the rock tamers, I think. Anyway, we've decided we're going to head off to Fortescue, so I'm going to change the trailer over, put it on the work vehicle, and we'll head off. Righto, so it is 9:30. I just pulled up here to fuel up. Now we've had a bit of a turnaround, and we're going to take the work vehicle out to Fortescue River, which is a place I love camping. We just camp right next to the bridge there, but it's really nice, and hopefully the water's fresh and clear down that way. Look, we woke up this morning and 19 degrees, which is a bit of a shock. You know, 500 k's east of here, 550, 600 k's, it was you know, 28 degrees and 80% humidity at 6 o'clock in the morning, so it's a bit of a shock. So we'll see how we go, and hopefully the water's not too cold and we can still get in and have a good splash around. Look, like I said, I get private use of my work vehicle. It's not really set up for camping like Sandy is, and that's why I generally take Sandy. And also I just wouldn't have taken work vehicle into the areas that took Sandy. I'm just not allowed to. It's got to be on gazetted maintained roads, and although Skullsprings is gazetted, doubtful as to how well it's maintained, as you can see. So yeah, no, wouldn't have done that. Fleet manager would have had a heart attack. So look, we'll look after it, and we'll hit the road probably 10:30. So yeah, not a bad turnaround time, and we'll see you when we're all set up. Right, so that's camp set up, so I'll just do a quick lap round. Obviously the sun's going down there, so we're going to get sun till about 4 o'clock on the solar here, even though it's cracked. It was still charging, so that's enough to run the Starlink and small beer fridge that I've got. Like I said, I believe this is an old MDC camper, but yeah, it's a good little setup. Especially when I only paid $4,000 for it. Like I said, drifter kitchen, absolutely love it, and that was the selling point on why I brought this. 2 hand pumps, one here at the sink. I've got the companion hot water system that I absolutely love. I use that for hot water for showers, obviously, and also for doing dishes, so I don't have to boil water or anything like that. And I just plumb it into one of those tanks you get from any of the sort of department store, supermarket type things. I think they're about $10, and here's inside the camper, so muddy footprints already. Yeah, I love it. But yeah, that's it. So this drawer goes right through. 2 drawers in there, so keep the clothes and electrical stuff. Just a fan, lighting, and queen size bed up there. Bit of a ladder to get up, and then the best bit of all, we are 20 metres away from this bit of water, which is absolutely stunning. And a little bit muddy there because the dog's been jumping in and out already, but that's okay. So this is us. So yeah, we'll spend the next 5 days here and relax a bit. That was the whole plan originally, and people will be thinking, why didn't you just come here originally? You know, I like a bit of an adventure, and I was being keen to get back out to running waters again, because those people running waters know that it's thermal based, and it's just a really magical spot, and you can camp even closer than this to the water. So hopping in and out all day and just basically chilling was the plan. But look, built up a little bit of a sweat setting up camp, so go and grab a tinny and jump in that water and see how warm or cool it is. I'll let you know. So thanks for watching. Look, it was meant to be way more spectacular than the end result. Like I said, things just didn't go to plan, and sometimes that's the case, right? So we're going to hang out here for the next couple of days and just relax, and like I said, sink a few tinnies and go swimming and doing all that good stuff. But yeah, thanks for watching, and hopefully we'll get back out there again, and I can show you just how magical a spot it is. But until now, we'll see you next time.